All right, we are here live at Yankee Stadium for tonight's interleague matchup between the Philadelphia Phillies and the New York Yankees. There's a look at Yankees starting pitcher Mike Clevenger's numbers on the year. 6 starts, 3-3. 4.04 ERA. That whip, 1.46. 37 strikeouts up against 24 walks. Leading off for the Phils is number 29, first baseman Jonas Geronimo. Not a lot of pop in the bat for Geronimo, but he has blinding speed. Among the league leaders in stolen bases this year so far. And the first pitch from Clevenger is in for a strike, and we are underway here at Yankee Stadium. Clevenger sets. 0-1. Swung on, that's back up the middle of center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. So Jonas Geronimo getting the Phils off to a good start. 2 pitches into the game. He's going to look at it. Clevenger came right back down the middle with that fastball. Geronimo was ready for it. That'll bring Cesar Hernandez to the plate. Hernandez hitting at .486 overall on the year in his last 4 games. 9 of 18, 500. Hernandez also with 6 homers and 24 runs batted in, and the Yankees have to be extremely aware of the speed of Jonas Geronimo over at first base. Clevenger's first pitch, he goes with the slide step on a fastball. It's on the outside corner for a ball. It's 1-0. Here's the umpiring crew for tonight. Woody Keller behind the plate calling balls and strikes. Ed Drummond is at first, and boy, they ran that graphic out of there quickly. I could not get the other 2 umpires, but Woody Keller is behind the plate. 1-0. Fastball in for a strike. It's now even at 1-1. Crowd starting to fill in here. Looks as if this is going to be yet another sellout here at Yankee Stadium. Throw over to first by Clevenger. Geronimo's back in time. Now Clevenger sets. Goes with that slide step again. It's a pitch out, but Geronimo wasn't going anywhere. The count is now 2-1 on Cesar Hernandez. And you can tell the speed of Geronimo definitely has Clevenger concerned. Now to 2-1. Outside, 3-1. And this is what can happen if you get too occupied with the man on first. You lose focus on the man at the plate. Now Clevenger's behind in the count, 3 balls and 1 strike. Clevenger gives a glance at Geronimo again, and he throws over to first. But again, Geronimo back in time. Clevenger again peeking at first. And the 3-1. On the outside corner, it's a ball. He walked him. Walks Hernandez on 5 pitches, and again, Clevenger so preoccupied with Jonas Geronimo over at first, he loses control, and he walks Cesar Hernandez, and now you have 2 speedy guys on base for Rhys Hoskins. Hoskins hitting in the DH position tonight. There's a look at his numbers. He's got 20 homers on the year. Clevenger's first pitch is a changeup right down the middle, but Hoskins was taking. It's for a strike. Hoskins has a 31-game hitting streak coming into tonight's ball game. Now Clevenger will throw it back to second. Geronimo's back in time. I don't think Clevenger wants to throw another one of those change-ups right down the middle to this guy. He goes with a fastball, and that's driven down the third baseline, but fouled. Excuse me, that was a slider, but again, Clevenger catching way too much of the plate. 0-2. That's swung on and sent deep in the right field. And Judge will just watch it go. It is a 3-run home run for Rhys Hoskins. Hoskins' 21st homer of the year, and the Phillies grab a 3-0 lead here in the top of the first. One of the things the Phils have been able to do this year is put those first inning runs up. But again, this is Clevenger just, I don't know if he's too occupied with the speed on base. He just losing control, and just, that's 3 straight pitches he threw to Hoskins right down the middle. And Hoskins made him pay. Now as Bryce Harper comes up, and the first pitch from Clevenger is a fastball up for a ball. There's a look at Harper's numbers. Harper just tearing the cover off the ball here in his first season as a Phil. Clevenger's 1-0. Fastball gets the call that time. That looked to be in the same spot as the first pitch. Harper looked back at Woody Keller and sort of said, really? But it's a called strike. The 1-1. Harper swings and hits that deep in the left field, and it is gone. Giancarlo Stanton turned and watched it. Harper with his 27th homer of the year. The Phils go back-to-back. It's now a 4-0 ball game. Just another mistake pitch by Clevenger. And the 2 power threats in the Phils lineup make them pay. That'll bring up Nick Williams. That was a changeup again, right down the middle. And the first pitch to Williams is a fastball in for a strike. Boy, this first inning not going the way the Yankees had hoped. Fastball low, and the count is now 1-1 Nick Williams. The 1-1. Curveball just got enough of that inside corner. It's now 1-2. Now the 1-2. That swung on. That's a base hit in the right field. So Williams keeping the inning going. Shoots that one right in the right field. Williams has good speed, but he's not much of a base stealer. Now is Maikel Franco coming up for the Phils. And the first pitch to Franco is a slider in for a strike. There's a look at Franco's numbers on the year. Top of the first, Phils 4. New York has yet to come to bat. Franco, the 6th man to come to the plate thus far in this inning. Clevenger throwing his 19th pitch of the inning. It's a slider and it's low. It's 1-1. Jonas Geronimo led off the inning with a single. Cesar Hernandez walked. Rhys Hoskins a 3-run homer. Bryce Harper a solo homer. Nick Williams a single. And now we've got Maikel Franco up. Still nobody out. That's a curveball on the outside corner, and the count is now 2-1. And boy, Clevenger is struggling here to start this ball game. From Clevenger is a fastball. Ooh, didn't look like a strike here, but Clevenger getting the benefit of the doubt, and it's now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 from Clevenger. Swung on, and that's sent into left. Caught by Stanton for the first out of the inning. And Nick Williams has to go back to first.
Batting 7, catcher, Jorge Alfaro.
Well, here's a look at the Phillies lineup. And we've seen the first 6 men come to the plate. Now we're down to Alfaro, Odubel Herrera, and Freddie Galvis, the remaining players in this lineup to come to the plate. And here is the aforementioned Jorge Alfaro. First pitch is inside, 1-0. 4 runs across for the Phils here in the top of the first. Nick Williams is at first. 1-0 count to Jorge Alfaro. Clevenger's 1-0. Oh, that's way outside and low. 2 balls and no strikes to Jorge Alfaro. Clevenger set to throw his 25th pitch of the inning. Williams is going. The pitch is inside. Williams is in at second with the stolen base, and the count is now 3-0 on Jorge Alfaro. And we talked about Williams with his speed, not usually a base-stealing threat. Phillies may have had a hit and run on, but that was such a bad pitch by Clevenger. Williams steals second easily, and the count once again is 3-0 to Alfaro. And Alfaro takes. It's a strike. It's 3-1. Slider high, but just got the top of the zone, and now the count is full. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the 3-2. That's swung on and sent into the gap. Can Judge get there? He can't. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Williams is going to come all the way around. He'll score. Alfaro is in at second with a double, and the Phillies now lead at 5-0 on Alfaro's 10th double of the year.
Center fielder, Odubel Herrera.
Put in such a good spot, I think Williams would have scored even from first. And again, Clevenger, another pitch right down the middle. And Odubel Herrera now the batter for the Phils. And the first pitch is in for a strike. Mike Clevenger about to throw his 30th pitch of the inning. Phils have 5 runs in. And they're likely going to bat around here to start this ball game. If you're just joining us, New York has not gotten an at-bat yet. That's high, and it's a ball, and it's now 1-1. And these Bronx fans are very, very out of sorts right now. I mean, they haven't even gotten an opportunity to really get comfortable in their seats. And the Yankees are already down by 5. That's swung on and down the line. It's going to be a foul ball, just foul. So the count is now a ball and 2 strikes to Odubel Herrera. Clevenger sets. 1-2. That's swung on and sent to center field. Hicks is going back. He's at the track. He's at the wall. He'll make the grab. Moving up to third is Jorge Alfaro, and there are now 2 outs.
Batting 9, shortstop,
Freddie Galvis struggling as of late. There you see it, 6 of 35 in his last 10 games, but overall he's got a .400 average. So that lets you know how well he started the year before the struggle came. Clevenger's first pitch to Galvis is in the dirt, nearly hit Galvis. He was fortunate that Sanchez was able to get on that. Nearly a wild pitch, and it's 1-0 to Freddie Galvis. That's in for a strike. Count even at 1-1. Mike Clevenger ready to throw his 35th pitch of the first inning. Phils have been patient. They've made good contact. They've hit a couple balls deep, 2 that left the yard. That swung on, but right to second. Throw to first is in time, and finally the inning is over. Clevenger with a horrible start to this ball game as the Phils get 5 runs on 5 hits. Leave a man stranded. We go to the bottom of the first. Yankees with their turn to bat. Here's Jake Arrieta. Arrieta making his 8th start. He's 7-0. Look at that ERA. .19. 77 strikeouts up against 1 walk in 48 innings of work. But this is a Yankees lineup that has some pop. And leading off for the Bombers is Ed Edler. Edler, there you see his splits, having more success on the road than he is at home. And the first pitch from Arrieta is in for a strike. Yo, 1. Also in for a strike. It's now no balls and 2 strikes. Boy, this crowd here at Yankee Stadium was very pumped, very psyched at the beginning of the game, but the Phillies took the starch out of the crowd with 5 runs in the top of the inning. Mike Clevenger just had an awful start to this ball game, and it's going to come around in the second and start all over again and have to face the top of the lineup. The 1-2 from Arrieta is swung on and sent down the third baseline, but it's foul. Swung on, and that's sent down the first baseline, but also foul. And we'll do the 1-2 pitch all over again. Arrieta sets. Called, third strike. Edler just looked right at it. Sinker right down the middle, and down goes Edler on strikes for the first out. Well, let's get a look at the Yankees starting lineup, and there you see Aaron Judge, 319 thus far this year. He and Giancarlo Stanton are absolute threats to go deep. So this 5-0 advantage for the Phils right now can be made up with the guys that the Yankees have in their lineup, with the pop in their bat. And the first pitch to Aaron Hicks is in for a strike. Swinging a missed strike, too. Now Arrieta sets. And there's 0-2. In the dirt to ball and 2 strikes. Arrieta's 1-2. Inside for a ball. It's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes now. The 2-2. Swung on and sent to short. Galvis has it. Throw across the first. Oh, wow. Hicks able to beat the throw. Looked like Galvis took a little bit too long with that one. It was slowed down. But Galvis has got to get that ball out of his glove faster than that. Hicks, not great speed, but good enough speed to beat that throw. And that'll bring Aaron Judge to the plate. There you see it. Judge leading the Yankees in runs batted in with 23. He also has 9 home runs on the year. And Judge, first pitch swinging, drives that in the left for a base hit. And here comes Giancarlo Stanton. And just as we talked about,
fielder, Giancarlo Stanton.
This team will not be dismayed by an early disadvantage when they have hitters like Judge and Stanton in their lineup. And here comes Giancarlo Stanton as he takes the first pitch for a strike. If you're Jake Arrieta, you want to get Stanton out.
No.
1-0-1 is on the inside corner for a ball. It's now 1-1. The 1-1 swung on and sent high in the foul territory. Back and nope. Harper gave it a look, but he couldn't get to it. It's now 1-2. And the 1-2 to Stanton. Swung on right to Galvis. Flipped to second for one. Throw across the first. He got him. Jake Arrieta gets a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. Yankees threaten with 2 runners on, but they leave with no runs on the board on 2 hits. We go to the second. Phil still holding a 5-0 advantage.
Leading off for the Phillies,
Back at Yankee Stadium here for the start of the second inning.
Geronimo.
And Jonas Geronimo leading off for the Phils. He singled back in the first and scored a run. First pitch from Clevenger is low for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Outside, 2-0. Yankees looked like they were poised to break through in their half of the first, but Jake Arrieta was able to induce a 6-4-3 double play from Giancarlo Stanton. The Phils maintain their 5-0 lead as Geronimo takes the third pitch of the at-bat for a strike. It's 2-1. Swung on and sent deep to center field, but Hicks has got it. He'll make the grab, and that's 1 down.
Second baseman, Cesar.
So let's take a look at the Yanks defensively. Nicholas Castellanos at third, Didi Gregorius is at short, Ed Edler at second, Greg Bird is at first. From left to right in the outfield, Stanton, Hicks, and Judge. And, of course, the battery is Clevenger and Gary Sanchez. That'll bring Cesar Hernandez up. He walked, scored a run in his first at-bat, so no official at-bat yet for Hernandez in the ballgame. And the first pitch is a fastball, low. It's 1-0. If you're just tuning in, the Phils picked up 5 runs in the top of the first. 3-run home run from Rhys Hoskins, a solo shot from Bryce Harper, and an RBI double for Jorge Alfaro put those 5 runs on the board for the Phils as they batted around in the first inning. That swung on and sent in the right field, but Judge is there. He'll make the grab, and that's 2 down.
Next for Philadelphia,
And thus far, a much improved inning for Mike Clevenger. But then again, after you give up 5 runs to start a ball game, I mean, just about anything that doesn't lead to runs is a marked improvement. First pitch is low, ball 1. Clevenger has now started all 3 of these hitters with ball 1. 1-0. Fastball in for a strike. It's 1-1. No one on base here in the top of the second, 2 down. Clevenger dealing his 1-1 pitch to Rhys Hoskins. And that swung on back up the middle. It's going to be a base hit. So a single for Rhys Hoskins keeps this inning alive, and that'll bring Bryce Harper to the plate.
now batting, right fielder, Bryce Harper.
Harper hit a towering drive to right field his first time up. And that's a strike. On the outside corner from Clevenger, he's got an 0-1 count to Bryce Harper. Oh, these Yankees fans chanting overrated at Bryce Harper. I don't know if I would be chanting that. I mean, Harper right now is playing at an MVP level to kick off this season. The 0-1. Swung on, but hit the first. Greg Bird's got it. He'll step on first. And the inning's over. Well, Clevenger doesn't give anything up in this inning. Although he did give up a single to Rhys Hoskins. We go to the bottom of the second. Phils 5, Yankees nothing.
Leading off for the Yankees. Catcher.
Well, leading off for the Yanks is Gary Sanchez. And the first pitch from Arrieta to Sanchez is fouled. Count is 0-1. The 0-1. Swung on and drilled into left field. Williams is on it quickly. He'll hold Sanchez to a single. And the Yankees start off the inning with a runner on base.
Batting fifth. Third baseman. Nick Castellanos.
That'll bring Nick Castellanos to the plate. Castellanos swings at the first pitch and misses. It's 0-1. Or excuse me, Nicholas Castellanos, as he wants to be known as now. No longer Nick, going by his full first name, Nicholas. Takes the second pitch for a strike. It's now 0-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Castellanos down on 3 pitches for the first out. Now look at the Phils defensively. Maikel Franco at third. Galvis is over at short. Cesar Hernandez at second. Jonas Geronimo playing first tonight. Left to right in the outfield, Nick Williams, Odubel Herrera, Bryce Harper, and the battery, of course, is Arrieta and Alfaro. Here's a look at Didi Gregorius' numbers. Not off to a good start this year. Takes the first pitch for a ball. The 1-0. Swung on and sent to center. Herrera's there. Makes the catch. That's 2 down. The Phillies giving Jonas Geronimo the start at first and putting Rhys Hoskins in the designated hitter position. Says Drew Cabrera's up, and he takes the first pitch for a ball. I don't know what the Phils are going to do in the second game of this series, whether or not they're going to DH Bryce Harper and let Hoskins play the outfield. But it would appear that the Phillies would like to get Jonas Geronimo some at-bats here in this interleague series. That's swung on and sent to center. Herrera has to run for that one, but he'll run it down and make the catch, and that'll retire the side. Yanks get a single, but that's all. We'll go to the third. Phillies still holding on to a 5-0 lead.
Leading off for Philadelphia.
Leading off the third is Nick Williams. Williams 1 for 1, a single. Takes that first pitch high. It's ball 1. Well, Clevenger has settled down considerably since the first inning. And as soon as I say that, he starts this at bat with 2 straight balls. Williams also stole second. Takes that pitch for a strike, and that looked like a gift call. Looked to be inside, but again, Woody Keller has been giving Clevenger that inside pitch call. Two one. Slow, it's 3-1. He's made that call whenever it's been an inside corner to a hitter, so when there's a righty up, that pitch on the inside corner, which would be the outside corner to a lefty, has been called a strike. So he's been consistent. And the 3-1. That's in for a strike. This count is full. Williams yet to swing the bat. 3-2. Swung on, and that's sent just in front of the infield dirt. And the catch is made by Gregorius, and that's one down. Got to get a look at that on the pitch track. That looked to be a little bit high, but Williams went swinging at it, and yeah, it was at the top of the zone. Not sure whether or not that would have been called a strike or not, but it's one down, and the first pitch to Franco was a curveball low. Franco lined out in his first at-bat. 1-0. Fastball up. 2-0. That swung on, but sent right to third. Throw across the first is in time, and that's two down.
Up next for Philadelphia, catcher, Jorge Alfaro.
That'll bring Jorge Alfaro up. Alfaro 1 for 1 with an RBI double. First pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-1. You see, that's the type of pitch that Clevenger has wanted to get all night. But he's been struggling. I mean, yes, he's been a lot better these last 2 innings, but you can't erase that 5 spot that he gave up in the first. That's low and outside. The count is now 1-1. 1-1. Inside. 2-1. And Clevenger looked like he wanted that one. He's been getting that, but that was a little bit too inside. So the count is now 2-1. And Clevenger is about to throw his 60th pitch of the ball game. Ooh, Alfaro swung at that one, tapped it foul. And the count is now 2-2. Alfaro fouls that one back. 2-2 again. Sanchez tried to get his mask off and get to that, but he couldn't. 2-2. Ooh. Check swing. Alfaro just able to hold up. And the count is now full at 3-2. Three-two. That swung on and sent to center, but Hicks is there. He'll make the grab. Now to retire the side. A 1-2-3 inning for Mike Clevenger. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Phillies 5, Yankees nothing. Here's Greg Bird. Bird also not having a good year thus far at the plate. Under the Mendoza line at 191. And the first pitch from Arrieta is in for a strike. Yo 1. Strike 2. Arrieta sets. The 0-2. Outside. 1-2. 1-2 from Arrieta. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Here's a look at the National League leaders in wins thus far this year, and the Phils starting 5 rotation all at 7 wins apiece. That'll bring Ed Edler to the plate. He struck out in his first at-bat. Swing and a miss, strike one. Boy, Edler, late swing at a curveball that was never going to be a strike. He was very much fooled by that one. 0-1. Swung on and hit the short. Galvis again having trouble getting the ball out of his glove, but this time he was able to make the play. As Edler's retired, there's 2 down. That looks similar to the hit that Aaron Hicks got a single off of. Again, the grass really slowed the ball down, but Galvis this time able to make the play and get the out. And here is Aaron Hicks, who had that infield single back in the first. 0-1. Got the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-2. Hicks didn't like that call one bit. Now the 0-2. Swung on and sent foul back behind the plate. Arrieta sets. 0-2. Ooh, just missed. 1-2. 1-2 from Arrieta. Outside, 2-2. 2-2 count on Aaron Hicks. We're in the bottom of the third. Phil's still holding a 5-0 lead. Sinker on the outside corner, and Arrieta, after starting off with an 0-2 count, runs the count full. Aaron Judge in the on-deck circle. So Arrieta's full count pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Well, the Yankees go down 1-2-3. We'll go to the fourth. Phillies still clinging to that 5-0 lead. So leading off for the Phils is Odubel Herrera. He's 0 for 1. He hit the ball to center field his first time up. As he takes the first pitch for a strike, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Swung on, and that's sent high. Not too deep. Hicks will make the catch, and that's 1 down. Boy, I got to give Mike Clevenger a ton of credit. He struggled in that first inning. But since then, he hasn't given up anything. I mean, he's given up a hit, just 1 hit since that first inning. Here's Freddie Galvis. Takes that pitch for a strike. You know, you wonder if it's the glare of the national attention with this game being broadcast nationally.
No, that's a ball.
That's a ball. Or if it was just, you know, Clevenger struggling to find his stuff early. But he has definitely settled into this ball game. Galvis drives this in the left. Stanton is there. He'll make the grab, and that's 2 down. And the struggles continuing for Freddie Galvis. That'll bring Jonas Geronimo up. Geronimo singled, scored a run. That all happened back in the first, and he flied out in his last at-bat. Clevenger looking for another 1-2-3 inning. That swung on and sent in the right. Back goes Judge. It's gone. A solo home run for Jonas Geronimo, his second of the year, and the Phillies now lead it 6-0. Oh, and we were just giving Clevenger a lot of props for settling in, and through one that Geronimo was able to turn on and drive out. And Geronimo, again, we said it earlier in the broadcast, not a guy with a lot of pop in his bat, but he can go deep. And this is, I mean, that's right down the middle. Right down the middle, and Geronimo got enough of it. And Judge could only stand at the wall and watch it go.
Now batting, second baseman.
Now to bring Cesar Hernandez up, officially 0 for 1. He walked and lined out as Clevenger gets that pitch on the outside corner for a strike. This is a stadium that yields home runs, and this is why we said with the guys that the Yankees have with pop in their bat and Judge and Stanton, no lead is insurmountable here in this ballpark. Second pitch is low. It's 1-1. Especially if the Yankees can get guys on base. 1-1 is in for a strike. It's now a ball and 2 strikes to Cesar Hernandez. 2 down here in the top of the 4th. Phil's just got another tack-on run. Solo homer from Jonas Geronimo. And now the 1-2 to Hernandez. That swung on and sent deep to right. Judge will watch that one go over his head. That's into the second deck. It's a solo homer for Cesar Hernandez. Back-to-back home runs for the Phils again, and the Phillies now lead it 7-0. I mean, the only positive from this is that those were solo home runs, but that's the 4th home run given up by Clevenger in this ball game, and again, it's another fastball right down the middle. And that's going to be it for Mike Clevenger. Yeah. You had to know it was coming sooner or later. Clevenger just could not get out of this inning. Well, AT&T calling the bullpen time as Mike Clevenger's night is over. Now to bring in Adam Warren. Warren making his 4th appearance. He's got 2 saves on the year. He's gone 9 innings. There you see his splits. An ERA of 1. That'll bring Rhys Hoskins up. Hoskins is 2 for 2. He's homered and singled. And that pitch is in for a ball. Up until those homers from Geronimo and Hernandez, Clevenger had retired. You're trying to get that number here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He had retired 7 in a row. That swung on and sent deep to right center field, and that is going to go above the Phillies bullpen, and Rhys Hoskins, his 2nd homer of the game, and that's back-to-back-to-back home runs for the Phils. It's now 8-0. Boy, and this crowd here at Yankee Stadium, I don't think I've ever heard a crowd here at the Bronx this quiet. I mean, it is, you could hear a pin drop here when Hoskins got a hold of that one. That'll bring up Bryce Harper. Harper takes the first pitch from Warren for a strike. Harper's 1 for 2 in the ball game. He hit a solo homer back in the 1st, and he grounded out to Greg Bird in the 2nd.
Outside.
Chad Green warming up in the Yankees bullpen. Crowd again chanting overrated at Bryce Harper, but not as much fervor in this chant as there was back in the second. The 1-1 is also low. It's 2-1. Boy, Phil's have gotten 3 runs here in the fourth, all courtesy of 2 out solo home runs. Geronimo, Hernandez, and Hoskins. Yankees have that shift on for Harper. The 2-1. That swung on. It's going to bounce off the mound, but thanks to the shift, they're going to get the out. Well, here's a look at the Yankees fans. Not much to dance about, though. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Phillies 8, Yankees nothing. That'll bring Aaron Judge up for the Yankees to lead off here in the bottom of the fourth. Judge singled in his first at-bat, and that seems like such a long time ago. A swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Yo, 1. Low, 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
The 1-1 from Arrieta. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Arrieta sets. 1-2. Swung on and sent back behind the plate. It's a foul ball. Do the 1-2 count all over again as Arrieta comes with the pitch, and it's a call. 3rd strike. Got Aaron Judge looking. 1 down.
Now batting, left fielder, Giancarlo Stanton.
Judge had a couple of words for Woody Keller as he was headed to the dugout, and that'll bring up Giancarlo Stanton. Stanton grounded into a double play to kill a Yankee potential rally back in the first as he takes the first pitch from Arrieta for a strike. The 0-1. Outside, 1-1. Giancarlo Stanton in his career has done a lot of damage against the Phillies. And a lot of that coming from back in his days with the Marlins as Stanton comes through with a base hit. Phil's had a shift on, but Stanton was able to hit it hard enough and get it past Galvis for a single in the left. That'll bring up Gary Sanchez. He takes the first pitch for a ball. Sanchez singled in his first at-bat back in the second. Takes that for a strike. It's 1-1. The 1-1. Ooh, looked at a slider that was right down the middle. And Sanchez is going to regret taking that one, and the count is now a ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, I was swinging at that from up here. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 2 down.
The batter, third baseman, Nick Castellanos.
That'll bring Nicholas Castellanos to the plate. As he takes the first pitch for a ball, it's 1-0. Castellanos struck out in his first at-bat. Takes that for a strike. The count is even at 1-1. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Ball and 2 strikes on Castellanos. Giancarlo Stanton at first, he singled. Count is 1-2, and there are 2 down. And that's chopped foul. Count remains 1-2. Arrieta sets is 1-2. Swung on, and that's sent foul. We'll do the 1-2 again. Foul ball again. Swung on, and that sent foul. Castellanos battling Arrieta here in this at-bat. 1-2. Swung on, and that's sent in the left. Williams struggling to find it. Finds it, makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Yanks get a single from Giancarlo Stanton, but that's all. We'll go to the fifth. Phillies 8, Yankees nothing. That'll bring Nick Williams to the plate to lead off the fifth. He singled, stolen a base, and popped out. He takes that first pitch inside and low for a ball. It's 1-0. Warren sets. And is 1-0. Low. 1-2. Excuse me, 2-0. Phils have powered 5 home runs out in this ball game. 2 from Rhys Hoskins. 1 from Bryce Harper. That's also a ball. The count is now 3-0. Maikel Franco in the on-deck circle. In fact, all 5 of the Phillies' home runs in this ball game have come from their top 4 hitters, Geronimo, Hernandez, Hoskins, and Harper. Takes that changeup in for a strike. It's 3-1. When the Phillies are getting this type of production from the top of their lineup, they are very difficult to beat. Very difficult to beat. And thus far this season, they have not been beaten yet. 3-1. Fastball right down the middle for a strike. Williams was taking all the way. And the count is full. (3-2). That's swung on, but that's... Let me hit the second. Castellanos has got it. He'll throw across the bird for 1 down. Well, here's a look at Mike Clevenger's numbers. Not impressive at all. 3 2/3 of an inning. 8 hits, 7 runs, all earned. Didn't strike out a batter. Walked 1, and that walk did come around to score. And there's Maikel Franco. Franco's 0 for 2. He's lined out and grounded out. Swung on and sent in the... Oh, tried to make a dive, did Stanton, but he couldn't get to it. Wonder why he didn't just stay on his feet. Would have kept Franco to a single, but instead he makes a dive, doesn't get there, and Franco ends up with a double. His 15th of the year, and he now has an 11-game hitting streak. But it happened so fast, I was trying to set this at-bat up, couldn't, because Franco swung at the first pitch. Now to bring Jorge Alfaro to the plate. Alfaro, 1 for 2, an RBI double, and he lined out. He takes the first pitch high for a ball. It's 1-0. To 1-0. That's low. 2-0. Top of the 5th. 2-0 count on Jorge Alfaro. Maikel Franco at second. He just doubled. 1 down. And the 2-0. That's swung on and sent into right. Castellanos was able to get there and make the grab in the outfield.
Up next for Philadelphia.
It's 2 down. That'll bring up Odubel Herrera. He's 0 for 2. He's flied out twice. Yanks trying to strand that runner on second. That's in for a strike. Herrera's hit both his balls to center field. 0-1. That's swung on and fouled. Boy, that didn't come out right. Both of his outs were hit to center field. Little unintended double entendre there. Did he check his swing? He did. 1-2. That swung on, but right to Castellanos. Oh, it's a bad throw. The throw to first, the bird took him off the bag. And the inning should have been over, but it's not. It's an error on Castellanos. Boy, things going from bad to worse here in the top of the fifth for the Yankees. There's Freddie Galvis. Galvis struggles continuing. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded out and flied out. First pitch is in for a strike. Well, it looked like the Yankees were going to be out of this inning. An easy ground ball, and Castellanos a horrible throw across as Galvis takes that right down the middle for strike 2. All right, these are the things that happen when you're struggling the way Galvis has been in his last 12 games. 0-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Now to retire to side. Yanks give up a hit. There's an error in there. But that's all. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Phillies still leading 8-0. Here's Didi Gregorius. Gregorius is 0 for 1 in the ballgame. He swings at the first pitch, and that's a base hit back up the middle. Well, it's the way you want to kick an inning off. Try to get some runners on base and maybe put in a run. It's getting late early here in the Bronx as Drupal Cabrera comes to the plate. He's also 0 for 1 in the ballgame. He takes the first pitch for a strike. Sellout crowd here at Yankee Stadium. Just an absolute gorgeous venue to take in a ballgame. That swung on and sent foul. It's 0-2. The 0-2. That's popped up. Williams trying to get there. He does, and that'll make the first out of the inning. That was a tough play. Williams had to sprint in to get to that one. And that is one of those situations where you're thankful to have a guy with that much speed on the corner. That'll bring in Greg Bird. Bird 0 for 1. He struck out. And he swings and chops that one foul towards the Phillies dugout. It's 0-1. Bird, of course, wearing number 33. 33 worn by another famous athlete, last name Bird, Larry Bird of the Boston Celtics. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. It's 2 down.
Now batting, second baseman, Ed Edler.
Here's another look at it. Beautiful pitch on the outside corner. Bird down on 3 pitches, and that'll bring Ed Edler to the plate. Edler takes the first pitch for a strike. Edler 0 for 2 in the ball game. He struck out and grounded out. 0-1. Outside, 1-1. One. In for a strike. It's a ball and 2 strikes now to Ed Edler. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Yanks get a leadoff single, but that's all. We'll go to the 6th. Phillies 8. Yankees nothing.
Leading
Well, leading off the sixth for the Phils is Jonas Geronimo. Geronimo singled, flied out, and hit a solo home run. And that pitch is in for a strike. I mean, the irony that we kicked this game off talking about Jonas Geronimo at the plate, and we discussed his speed and talked about how he that swung on and sent to center field. That's going to be caught by Hicks for one down. And we discussed how Geronimo, doesn't have a ton of pop in his bat, and yet and still he found a way to go deep here in this ball game. That's what you call delicious irony. I'm going to bring up Cesar Hernandez. Hernandez is 1 for 2, walked, lined out, and he was the middle of the back-to-back-to-back home runs back in the fourth. He takes a changeup for a strike. It's 0-1. 0-1. Swung on and sent foul. Count is now 0-2 to the Phil second baseman. Yo, 2. Call, third strike on the outside corner. Hernandez down in 3 pitches. Didn't like the call, but Keller's been giving that pitch all game. Well, here's Rhys Hoskins. And Hoskins has been the Yankee killer here in this one. He's 3 for 3, homered twice and singled. He's driven in 4 runs. And Warren's first pitch to Hoskins is low for a ball. It's 1-0. That was in the dirt. But nothing of consequence. There's no one on base. 1-0. Swung on, and that's driven in the center field for a base hit, and it gets away as Hicks tries to dive. Hoskins has speed. He's headed around second. He's headed to third. Are they going to wave him? They will. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's offline. It's an inside the park home run for Rhys Hoskins. Third home run of the game. Can you believe it? Aaron Hicks tried to dive for that ball in center field. It got away from him. Stanton was able to get to it. He got the throw in. Edler got to the ball. His throw to the plate was just way off. And Rhys Hoskins, an unbelievable inside the park home run. Boy, you take it however you can get it. That'll bring up Bryce Harper. Harper 1 for 3. That one was a solo homer back in the first. He's also grounded out the first and grounded out to short. Your 1 pitch is outside for a ball. It's 1-1. Boy, I just don't understand. Again, I didn't understand it when Stanton did it. And I really don't understand it. Hicks, I mean, I get you want to try and make the spectacular play, but Hicks was better off staying on his feet as Harper grounds that into the shift. That's going to do it for the inning. But the Phils pick up another run on Rhys Hoskins' 3rd home run of the game. This one inside the Parker. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Phillies 9, Yankees nothing. Well, here's Aaron Hicks. He's 1 for 2. Singled back in the first inning. Takes that first pitch for a ball. It's 1-0. Well, again, picking up the conversation where we left off at the top of the 6th. I don't understand what Hicks was thinking trying to make that diving play. I mean, that pitch is in for a strike. It's 1-1. I mean, you may get on the highlight reel. You may make the web gems on Baseball Tonight, but if you misplay it, you know, you got disaster lurking, and Hicks tried to make that diving catch as that's hit into left. Williams is there. He'll make the grab, and that's one down. I mean, Hicks tried to make a spectacular diving catch. And believe me, if he had caught that ball, it would have been an awesome play. But it didn't look like he had the angle on it, and he missed it. And it bounced away from him. And, I mean, Stanton now has to get over and try to help and make a play. And he made a good cutoff throw to Ed Edler. And Edler with a horrible throw to the plate, and Hoskins ends up with a gift. And it's going to go in the stat line as a home run. I mean, but you can, you know, send flowers and candy to Aaron Hicks for that terrible decision, diving for that ball, misplaying it, and Hoskins came all the way around and inside the park home run as the count is now 0-2 on Aaron Judge. Here with one down here in the bottom of the sixth. 0-2, swing and a miss, struck him out. It's 2 down.
Now batting, left fielder, Giancarlo Stanton.
Here's Giancarlo Stanton. He's 1 for 2. He's singled. Powered a base hit through the shift that the Phils had on. Freddie Galvis couldn't get to it, and Stanton swings and misses at that. 0-1. Boy, Stanton was thinking home run there. Swing was late, but he was trying to put one into the seats. 0-1. That's a called ball, and Arrieta put his hand up as if to say, are you kidding? I mean, that's been a strike all game. I don't understand why Keller's not going to call that a strike now. 1-1. Swung on and fouled back. It's 1-2. 1-2. Swung on and also fouled. Hit back towards that billboard right there behind the plate. And we'll do the 1-2 again. Swung on. Hernandez has got it. He'll turn and throw to first. It's in time, and that'll retire the side. Yanks go down 1-2-3 in their half of the sixth. We'll go to the seventh. Phillies still holding at 9-0 lead. Well, there's a recap of what we've seen thus far. The Phils 9 runs on 11 hits, no errors. 5 in the first, 3 in the fourth, 1 in the sixth. Yanks no runs, 5 hits, and an error.
Leading off for the Phillies, the left fielder.
That'll bring Nick Williams to the plate. Williams 1 for 3, single, popped out, grounded out. Adam Warren still out there. That pitch is in for a strike. Crowd's starting to thin out a little here. And with a 9-0 lead for the Phils, you should expect that. And Tommy Kahnle is now throwing in the bullpen for the Yankees. Chad Green still throwing as well. Count is now 0-2 on Nick Williams. That's swung on and sent into right, but it lands right in front of Judge. It's a single for Nick Williams. His second hit of the ballgame.
Third baseman number 7, Michael Franco.
I mean, we talked about it when the game started. There was a lot of juice here in Yankee Stadium to kick this game off. I mean, you know, the natural New York-Philadelphia geographic rivalry, and this being, you know, another matchup between these two teams. You know, they met back in the 2009 World Series, and this series between these two teams has had a lot of, good moments. So both fan bases, there are several Phillies fans here in the building, so it was very loud to kick this game off, and the energy in the crowd was taken away early. The Phillies putting 5 runs on the board in the first, batting around as well. And you could just feel from the first inning on that this crowd was taken out of the game before they could really, before you could really even get into the actual game. The crowd, was rendered silent, and it started with a 3-run home run off the bat of Rhys Hoskins. 2-1 to Franco was inside, and it's now 3-1. Jorge Alfaro in the on-deck circle. Nick Williams is on at first. Nobody out here in the top of the second, and the 3-1 pitch from Adam Warren on its way. That's high, it's a ball, and Franco walks and puts runners on first and second.
Now batting, captain Jorge
Alfaro is 1 for 3. Had that RBI double back in the first. He's lined out and flied out since. And he takes the first pitch from Warren inside, way inside. 1-0. And I don't think there's any doubt to who the game is going to be tonight. An awesome performance. Rhys Hoskins. 1-0. It's going to drop for a base hit. Oh boy, and they had an opportunity to get second base, and the throw came and it was offline, and that's going to be an error, and the bases are loaded for Odubel. Boy, the Yankees again with a bad defensive play. I don't know who you blame for that when Hicks is going to get the error. That first pitch for a strike. It's 0-1. Maikel Franco got caught on an in-between, not going to be caught. Good deke by Hicks, but the throw in the infield was offline, and Franco ends up at second anyway, and that's a grounder. It's a base hit in the right field. Coming in to score, 2 runs will come in the score on the RBI. It's a 2-run single by Odubel Herrera. Boy, I was trying to set things up from that error by Hicks, and Herrera just swings at the second pitch of the at-bat and gets it right past Bird. And that'll bring up Freddie Galvis as Nick Williams and Maikel Franco scored on the 2-run single by Odubel Herrera. The Phillies now leading this game 11-0, and boy, just an unbelievably bad defensive play leading to more runs. That's inside, and the count is 1-1. Galvis 0 for 3, grounded out, flied out, and struck out in his last at-bat as his struggles at the plate continue. 1-1, also outside. And this is another situation where a walk comes back to hurt the Yankees as the run comes in and scores. 2-1, 3-1. 3-1 count on Freddie Galvis, and boy, this is a guy that's struggling. I don't understand why Warren's trying to bite corners here against him. Runners on the corners. Alfaro at third. Herrera at first. Nobody out, and a 3-1 count to Freddie Galvis. And Galvis swings and drives that in the right. It's going to be caught. Coming in to score is Jorge Alfaro on the sacrifice fly, and boy, Galvis won't be given an at-bat for that, but he gets a run driven in, and the Phillies now lead it 12-0. Here's Jonas Geronimo. He's 2 for 4. Singled in the first, homered in the fourth, flied out and lined out in between. And the first pitch is in for a strike. Warren sets. His 0-1. That swung on and hit the center. Hicks can't get there. It's going to be in for a base hit. And again, another one of these in-between plays. But they're not going to get Herrera at second. He slides in safely. It's a single for Jonas Geronimo. And that'll bring up Cesar Hernandez. He's 1 for 3. He's walked, lined out, hit a solo home run, and struck out looking in his last at-bat. And the first pitch from Warren is on the outside corner for a ball. It's 1-0. Top of the 7th. Phil's 12. Yankees nothing. 1 down. Odubel Herrera on second. He hit a 2-run single. Jonas Geronimo just singled. And the count is now even to Cesar Hernandez. 1-1. There's 1 out. 1-1. Inside. Called strike. And Hernandez, oh boy, Woody Keller's been hearing it a lot from these players tonight. Hernandez just, I mean, that's incredulous. That's not a strike, but Keller's been calling it frequently tonight. 1-2. That's low. Count even at 2-2. Swung on and sent foul, and boy, Hernandez may have